add the sugar, add the butter, margarine, mix it all up, scrape the sides, add the eggs in. Dry ingredients, chocolate chips at the same time as the dry, mix it until it turns into a thick, yummy, sexy brownie looking batter, even though it's a cookie. Then shape them, weigh them out, put more chocolate chips on top, can never get enough, and 15 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. Pull them out, voila, you got yourself a double chocolate chip.
Welcome to Marc Ben Media. New name, same old thing. Ain't nothing changed. I got a special guest. You guys seen his face. It's very familiar. Actually, it's from episode 2. So if you want to go back and check that out, feel free to do so. Before I say his name, before I say anything, I want to give him a proper introduction, right? So this is my colleague, temporarily until that business just pop off, man. And then, you know, I'll be in the background like, hey, dog, you remember me? I was your colleague. He's making cookies now. Super, super delicious cookies. You guys should check it out. It's called Miami Cookies. If you haven't heard of it, but now you've heard of it just now. Miami Cookies, man. Miami Cookies. And all of the things on the menu so far, and it's still growing. And trust me, I've tried almost all of them, actually. I don't know, but we got the chocolate chip. That was really good. Guava and cheese. My wife loves the guava and cheese. So all Hispanics out there, if you guys like the guava, you have to check it out. The oatmeal cookie, one of my favorites, even though I don't like the raisins, but the raisins don't even matter because the oatmeal is fire. You got the double chocolate chip. I'm not really a double chocolate chip chocolate type of guy, even though I'm like chocolate, you know, but you know, it is what it is. The M&M's Hershey's chocolate chip, I've tried that one. That one's pretty good. And the red velvet is fire. So if you're a red velvet fan, please check out that Miami Cookies website. I'll leave the link on the screen. I don't know, somewhere top, bottom. I don't know. But without further ado, people, Miami Cookies, David.
What's up, fam? How's it going, bro?
What's going on? And
dude,
I already told you off camera, you got to show the chain, bro. You got to.
Bro, yeah, show the flash the
Yes,
golds,
sir.
bro. Flash the golds.
So we got that Miami vibe, man. The colors is vibrant. You got the Miami swag. You got the chest hairs out. You got the double chains, you know, got the flamingos on the shirt. Man, Miami Cookies is in the building. How you feel?
Bro, I feel so good. And dude, happy to be back for, I don't know, what episode is this, man?
This is episode 16.
Wow, bro, you coming along,
yeah,
dude.
Episode 16.
Dude, 16 already.
16, man.
Dude, it feels like 5, bro.
Yeah,
it feels time quick, bro.
Facts,
dude,
bro.
I'm happy to be back, man. I'm happy to be making cookies and pursuing a passion project, you know, doing something I like to do outside of insurance and outside of work. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And yeah, man, super Miami themed because straight up, I mean, there has to be kind of a concept behind a brand. And I live in Miami. I live in, no joke, one of the most famous cities on planet Earth. I mean, it's in tons of songs, bro. It's in movies and TV shows, and we're down the street from Miami Beach.
And women die trying to get their bodies done down here in Miami.
Yeah, so that's why I actually wanted to do Miami Cookies, because what's great about it is the more cookies you eat, the bigger you get. And that's, you know, like, you know, big people, that's into these days. And so it's like, why Dr. Miami when you could just have a cookie? You feel me?
Facts, man. Nah, facts. So if you've never watched any of my episodes, this is the first time you're tuning in. Like I said, how we met, you just got to go to episode 2 and figure that out. I'm not going to give you all the answers. You have to dig and do some research. I'm already helping you out by saying go to episode 2. So go back to episode 2 and check it out. So that's how we met at episode 2. All right. So what gave you the idea of starting a cookie business?
Gary V, let's go, Gary V. Not really, no, man. I came from a food blogging background, so I'm just really big into food. I used to go all to the restaurants, the pop-ups, the food trucks. And my younger brother and I started going to food trucks years back, man. I want to say probably 7 years ago. And we called ourselves the Plastic Spoon because there were 2 skinny dudes that kind of look like spoons. I'm like, what can we relate ourselves to the food? And we kind of look like plastic spoons, bro. Skinny and thin and white. So
not to throw race in it, but like I'm thinking of the white plastic spoon.
That's
like,
it. That's exactly what it is, bro. Okay. If you saw the first logo, that's exactly what it was, bro. And we did plastic spoons instead of like silver spoon, golden spoon. I was like, David, you gotta be more fancy. Why the plastic spoon? Because I'm not that fancy. Like, listen, yeah, these golds, bro, this was $11, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But this is a brand, bro. This is what makes it pop. You know, you got to give people what they want. You know what I'm saying? People don't necessarily want plastic in Miami unless it's surgery. So what I gave them, what I'm giving them today is I'm giving them the flash, the bling, the excitement behind the cookie.
And I already told you that chain looks real. Unless, you know, you're a jeweler and you have to like kind of inspect it, but it looks real. So I know we're off topic, but I know your favorite rapper probably has one of those.
Probably, straight up, probably.
Straight up, like,
yeah, man. And so, man, we started this whole food blogging thing, and we started going to those food truck meetups, those food truck rallies you see around town. And I love food. That's definitely a passion of mine, man. We just tried all the food trucks. And then we moved on to restaurants. We moved on to doing YouTube videos around food-based, like doing recipe videos, doing fun little testing videos of like trying different foods. And that kind of took off, man. I had a great time in Miami doing that for quite a few years. And then I transitioned to insurance. And insurance is great because it pays the bills, but I wanted to get back into something I loved. But this time do it where I could make some money off of it so I could do it, you know, for a long time and make a career out of it. So my idea was, well, let's do something like cookies. I've always loved desserts. I figured, hey, cookies can't be that hard to bake. Turns out I was wrong, but nonetheless, we got some good recipes together, and now we're able to actually make a little side change off of something we love, you know? And it's not me alone, thank God, because it's just too much for one person to do. Learned my lesson a long time ago, man. When you're trying to pursue a dream, don't do it alone, bro. Because, you know, one man can't do it all. My skill set is not in every area, man. So I have my younger brother, Josh. He's out there baking cookies for me. I started with the recipes. I started putting them together myself, but I quickly had him help me out because he's just a really good baker compared to me. He's taken those recipes and dramatically improved them.
Nice. Okay. And when did you start the cookie business, if you can remember?
Yeah, dude. I started this like 90 days ago almost. That was my first Instagram post.
Three months ago.
Yeah. 9 weeks ago. Whatever that is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice, man. So, I mean, you already kind of dove into it, like how hard it is, but how hard was it to start Miami Cookies? If it was hard for you, like to start it
Sure,
up?
yeah, man. So, like I said, I'm real blessed, man, because I came from the food background in the food blogging space. I knew a lot of people in the industry. I do know. So, it's not that it's hard to necessarily start. I think, you know, to say, I would joke around. I'm like, well, I guess now I'm a baker. You know, I've never baked a real day in my life, but all of a sudden overnight, I started a cookie business and now I'm a baker. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's hard to start. I say once you have the idea, it might take a little like boldness, a little like enthusiasm. I'm not going to say bravery because bravery is reserved for things like, you know, people that do brave things. But like, yeah, you got to get out of your comfort zone, make a decision to start and then follow through with it. I'm very new to it, man. It's only been going for 9 weeks. So I haven't hit any major roadblocks that have like stopped me or discouraged me. I feel super encouraged. I feel like every time I talk to somebody, it's positive feedback. They like the cookies. Even when it comes to pricing the cookies, people have loved the pricing. People have loved the flavors. I get nothing but good comments and open doors. People are very excited to talk to me and even try to work with me.
Okay, cool. And up to date.
Yeah.
If you know the number, how many venues have you done or like events?
Yeah. So I've done 4 different venues and I think I've done 5 events.
So like 9 total, 9, 10-ish total, like.
No, like 5 total events and then 4 venues because I've been back to one spot twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty new. It's pretty new. I would say the first 2 months, maybe like month and a half, I suppose. I was just baking, man. I've done so many variations of my recipes trying to figure it out. So a lot of this has been trial and error, just hours in the kitchen.
Okay. And doing these events and venues, was it hard to get in these places? Was it hard to speak with, I guess the people that's over it to kind of set up?
I feel like it would be hard if I didn't know anybody, or maybe if I hadn't been doing the food blog game for a long time. But for me, it feels like an offshoot of food blogging. You just go somewhere, be friendly, and talk to people and ask, hey, can I have a pop-up here? Or, hey, do you know any place that would allow me to set my cookie pop-up and sell cookies? You just ask and you get yeses, you get nos. But for the most part, I've gotten a lot of yeses. But I would definitely attribute that to the fact that I know where to ask. If I was like brand new and I just went to go like ask the manager at the public shopping center, hey, can I pop up cookies? I'm going to get a no. But if you ask the right people, you're going to get a yes. And I feel like with the food blogging connections, I was just able to, know who to ask first.
Okay, cool. I disagree with you because you have the personality of, you can probably talk to anyone and it's like, yes, I like that guy. I'm pretty sure you guys like him. He's very energetic, very bubbly on the, So I disagree. But hey,
Thanks,
is what
bro.
it is.
I appreciate that.
So what is your long-term goal for Miami Cookies?
Sure, man. I want to have this cookie brand have multiple locations in Miami. If it expands outside of Miami, that's dope. But that's really not in the vision for it. It's really to cater to tourism in Miami because that's a huge industry here. You got cruise ships coming through every day with thousands of people, man. I might even say hundreds of thousands of people. And you have a lot of people just driving down to go cruise Ocean Drive on the weekends, bro. Go party at night, man.
True.
You got a lot of people in Wynwood. You got a lot of people nowadays driving down locally here in Kendall just to go to breweries, bro, go to little pop-ups.
Yeah.
It's expanding so much. So for me, it was tourism. It's young folks that are like Miami local supporters. People on the weekends and at nights, they want to go out to that local place. They want to support local things. So I'm catering to them as well. Okay. And then honestly, man, like offices, hospitals, schools, places that are having events, parties, because I found out, trial and error, man, a lot of this is catering. A lot of these people, man, they're like working at Vitas Hospital or something, and hey, man, can we go ahead and get 300 cookies for an event we're doing? That's the best, I think, for a bakery. Any bakery, really, even restaurants, man. I don't have to pay for a spot. I could bake the cookies in advance, pre-package them. I could put a custom logo on them, on the cookies to make it represent their company. And it's just things that they would like, Who doesn't like cookies?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. So you said going to like different spots in Miami. You're talking about storefronts. You're talking about food trucks. You're talking about spots as far as Miami Cookies all around Miami.
Yeah, man. Just and definitely the more popular areas because I'm not trying to compete with Oreo. You feel me? I'm not trying to compete with the cookie that's inside a public shopping center or in Sedano's or whatever. I'm trying to be the guy that's there at an event. So there's a lot of pop-up events that happen. There's this event called Smorgasbord. I'm not trying to advertise them or whatever, but man, they have like 2,000 people on a weekend show up to this spot in freaking Wynwood, or they show up like downtown, and they got all these vendors pop up, and it's not about the money per se, but you could sell a cookie for more money at one of these events.
Yeah.
You ever been to like a basketball game or a baseball game or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Bro, a bottle of water is $8.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're selling cookies at a place where it's a lot more money for everything, bro, you can sell one cookie for $3 or $4 versus at Publix, bro, you got to sell it for Publix prices.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, getting expensive, dude. One cookie over there right now is like $130. I'm sorry, like $235 for a cookie.
Jeez.
The big ones they have in their little display case.
Yeah.
So if I could shoot a cookie for $3 at an event, phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, especially starting, I think as I grow, it'll be easier to mass produce and lower the prices. Kind of like what Tesla did with the cars when they came out super expensive and they're slowly trying to bring down the price.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same role, man. I have to kind of try to cover my overhead and just make it the right price so it doesn't, so I could keep going.
Okay, cool. And what are your, personal 2 favorite cookies you've created so far?
Ooh, okay. So I can't even take credit for this, man, because I did not create these. I gave my brother the concept and he ran with it and just freaking slam dunked it.
Okay.
And you have not tried it yet.
Man, I guess I got to try it.
But after dinner tonight, bro, I had the new M&M dark chocolate cookie that we made. And it's just like an M&M cookie with some dark chocolate in it. Dude, it's like, and I'm not even trying to like advertise. I'm not even trying to like boast about it, right? But man, it's like crispy on the outside. And when I bit into it, I'm like, oh no, Josh, you messed up, bro. It's too crispy. It's not chewy enough. But as I'm biting in, I realize it's crispy on the outside because he puts dark molasses into the cookie, that sugar, that liquid sugar molasses. Mm-hmm. And in the oven, it caramelizes. Okay. And so it makes it crispy on the outside, but as you chew, it's extremely chewy, caramelized sugar. and the flavor is just out of this world.
Nice.
Have you ever had a McDonald's chocolate chip cookie before?
Of course.
Yeah, classic,
Yes,
okay?
Yeah.
They have like this preservative taste, like stale old taste, but they're still decent, especially when you dip them in coffee. This M&M cookie is like that, except take out all the bad staleness, take out any preservative flavor. It's just all the good parts with none of the bad. Like I'm telling you, we've made, gosh darn, 70 plus renditions of our chocolate chip cookie. And this chocolate chip M&M style cookie, dark chocolate M&M cookie, it blows it out of the water. Like I'm really shocked by it. So yeah, the M&M cookie. And the next one, probably the guava and cheese.
The guava and cheese.
Just because it's everybody loves it. Guava's not even my favorite. To be honest, it's not even my favorite flavor. But I love guava and cheese pastelitos. And so, man, this guava and cheese is so similar. Because what we do is we just took the classic guava cookie, which is chewy. Because what we do is it's the same like chocolate chip batter concept, except no chocolate chips. The same recipe. And all we're doing is we're putting the chopped up guava paste into the cookie dough, mixing it up, and freezing it. Once it's frozen, we take it out, it looks like a hockey puck. And we cut it in half, and we just put real cream cheese in the middle and smack it together like a cream cheese sandwich. Put it in the oven, and it seals perfectly. So you can't even tell by looking at the cookie that there's actually cream cheese in it. But when you bite in, it's all filled with real cream cheese. And it's inside the dough is real guava paste. So it tastes just like a guava and cheese pastelito, except in a cookie form. And then on top for decoration, we drizzle guava on top, so it looks real cute.
I'm going to give you my honest opinion, and it ain't just because, I know you and we're colleagues. Yeah. Listen, I do not like guava at all. I've tried it. I'm like, my wife, she loves it. I'm like, I'm good.
It's that Hispanic, bro. Yeah, it's that classic guava.
I'm good. Woman, you will not change me to like guava. No, I'm just kidding. But
he's not kidding, guys. No, trust me, he's not.
But when I tried the guava, it's the cream cheese mixed with I don't know, what you just described is, man, fire.
Yeah.
Fire. If I had some right now, even though I'm on a sugar diet, I'll eat one for real because it's fire. It's that good. So good job, man.
Thank you, brother. I do appreciate that, man.
That was good. My two personal favorites is not on the menu no more. Hopefully, it kind of comes back.
They will.
Is I like the oatmeal raisin. I like is that still on the menu?
Yeah,
okay,
that's
my bad. Never mind. The snickerdoodle one and the churro cookie. I like those two.
Yeah,
I'm a cinnamon type of, I like those. Oh, and the coffee cake one.
The coffee cake one, yeah,
the coffee cake one is fire.
Yeah,
I like that one.
That's going to come back too, man. That's definitely come back. Cool. Yeah, the coffee cake one, bro, I ripped that off, I should say. Just from I was watching TikTok, I got trapped. And man, I saw this coffee cake recipe come up for cookies. And I'm like, dude, I got to try that. It was so freaking good, bro. So I just made slight renditions to it and I put it on my menu. I like it a lot. And so that's definitely going to come back very soon. And then the churro for sure has to come back because part of Miami cookies is being Miami inspired. So it's Hispanic inspired, in other words.
Yeah.
We got to have those Hispanic flavors. That's where the guava and cheese concept comes from. Well, what's more Hispanic than a churro? What's more Miami than a churro, This time when I make the churro, it's going to come back. So I know you guys can't see it, but it was just a stick. It was just like a churro, like a straight flat churro with little grooves on top, but it was a cookie. The bottom was flat because it's baked in a pan like a cookie. But the top had the little churro, ridges on it. And I would cover it with cinnamon sugar, and that's why you fell in love with it. But this time when we make it, we're going to match all the other cookies by making it a circular churro.
Okay.
So it's going to take a little bit more work because the goal is to make it chewy and just like as good as the others, but somehow keep the ridges on top. So it's just, I don't know, it's going to take a lot of different renditions, and we're currently in the process of sampling and working through it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to use my idea. I'm thinking, too, churros, man, you could probably mix it with the guava and cheese one, too. So it's like a guava and cheese churro. But I don't know how hard that is, but that'll be fire, too, because it's like the churro, but whatever. But I think that'll be fire. But that's just my 2 cents. All right. Miami cookies, man. Let's go. Can't wait, man. All right, man. Now.
Tell me.
Entrepreneurship.
Sweet, dude.
Bunch of questions with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Let's bang them out, bro. Let's find out what we got.
All right. Right now, What's the struggle you're facing right now with Miami Cookies?
I need a spot, bro. So right now I'm kind of learning the business, man. And it turns out owning a brand, a pop-up, is kind of like being a commercial realtor, man. Because you have to find a spot that's affordable and has foot traffic. Say I got to, you got overhead. I got to pay for a baker. I got to pay for a kitchen. I got to pay for someone to man the actual pop-up to help sell cookies. I got to pay for the pop-up. I got to pay for the ingredients. And then you got to pay for a spot and taxes and all the other little expenses in between. And so, if one spot's like $200 a night and another spot's like $150 a night, you got to really measure that into how much you're selling. And so it's really a process of learning and trying to find a good affordable spot that has enough foot traffic to pay itself back. Okay. And I think with any restaurant business, man, it takes a minute to kind of get into the flow and kind of get enough business coming in. So I don't foresee myself being profitable for a little while, but it doesn't matter, man. To me, it's a passion project. And I think that profit's going to come. I've known a lot of pop-ups and a lot of restaurant owners, and they make it, man. It's just a matter of time, hard work, and commitment.
Yeah, we had that conversation today.
Yes, we did.
Okay. And what's the advantage? Like, what do you like about doing the Miami Cookies as far as, I don't know, marketing or speaking with people about it?
Bro, my favorite thing is that I feel good about it. It's very selfish, right? But I mean, I feel good about it. Listen, selling insurance, people do it because they have to do it, which is why it's profitable. Let's be realistic, man. You have to buy insurance. If the home insurance is freaking $2,000 last year and $4,000 this year, guess what? You got to pay for that or the bank takes your house. So people aren't happy on the phones. People aren't happy to pay that money, but they have to. And so that's why it's a great business, right? Cookies, people buy them because they want to. People are just happy to buy a cookie and enjoy it with their friends and their family. And they're also happy to go out and experience something Miami and experience the hustle and bustle and the people around and the nightlife. And I get to be a part of that. I get to be a part of people's, instead of being a part of people's stressful 9 to 5, I get to be a part of people's relaxation and fun time, and that just takes like pressure off and it's relaxing. My favorite job or role within the cookie business is just talking to people, to be honest. I know it sounds simple, but it's like, I like being in the pop-up. I like literally being and manning the station and selling cookies and getting to know the people that are eating my cookies. And also getting to know the other pop-up entrepreneurs, the burger people next to me or the hot sauce people next to me or the brewery guy that maybe I popped up at a brewery or something, right? I get to meet all these people. And that's a lot of fun.
Dope, man. Dope. And in entrepreneurship, owning a business, how important is it in knowing your audience, knowing who to, I guess, serve to?
Yeah, man. I think that's terribly important. I think that's a really just obvious question in some sense. Like, it's like the most important. If I don't have the right marketing, if I don't have the right product. Okay, perfect example, bro. You came that night, man. We popped up at a brewery.
Yes. It
was a art night. Okay, so they had, and this was it's called Unseen Creatures.
That was the name of it?
Crap, was it Unseen Brewery? Unseen Creatures? Sorry.
I don't know.
Unseen Creatures, I believe, yeah. And it was their Wednesday art night. So they had like a model up on the stage and they had a room of like 30, 40 artists, very talented people that were drawing the figure standing up there on the stage. And a lot of them were vegans. And that was one of my worst sales nights because I don't have a vegan cookie. I have better than vegan cookies. And that just, I got physically assaulted by a vegan that night, bro.
Oh, yeah, you was telling me. Man. You mind elaborating?
Yeah, bro. It's kind of like a joke, bro. Don't take it too seriously. But man, this lady comes up at the end of the night and she literally goes to my back, like my back. She's like, hey, next time have a vegan cookie. I would buy some. And then walks off. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But it's like you got to know your audience, man, because if I had a vegan cookie, I'm sure I would have sold twice what I sold that night.
Yeah. And the only reason why I asked that obvious question is for those of you who are trying to start a business that's highly important.
Terribly important.
Like, seriously, know who will buy your products. Have like an audience or a group of people that like that needs your product or will want your product. don't be selling perfume to, I don't know, wrong example. If you're selling hammers, don't try to sell it at, I don't know, a place. I don't know if you
nail salon,
like a nail salon.
There we go.
There you go. If you're selling hammers, don't go into a hair salon and say, "Hey, I'm selling hammers." Like, of course, you're not gonna get business.
Yeah, man.
But now, if you go somewhere where there's construction workers and people and stuff like that, then you'll have a better chance of selling. So just know your group, know your audience. That's very, very important. If you're starting a business, please. I messed up like that a lot of times. All right, and so I'm just gonna do like a devil's advocate for both. In your opinion,
sure, is
marketing better than skill when it comes to a thriving business?
I'm sorry, is marketing a what skill?
Is knowing marketing or being a marketer better than the skill that you're doing in business?
It's like, so as an example, is being a marketing expert, someone that does the marketing, better than being the baker in a bakery?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to say yes, but I think it's true. I think it is better, man. Because
to be a marketer?
Yeah, to be a marketer, man. Because, dude, there's that old adage, bro, where, I think there's a curse word in it, so I won't do it, bro. But basically, you're a salesman, you're really good at it, bro. You could sell to anybody, okay? And let's all be very realistic here. A Nabisco chocolate chip cookie is crap. It's not a good cookie. Like, it tastes super preserved. It was probably baked like 6 months ago, and it's been sitting on a shelf for who knows how long. And it sells. It's one of the highest selling cookies in the world. The same with Oreo. Like, yeah, Oreos are, in my opinion, better than Nabisco chocolate chip cookies, but it's nothing special relative to like a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. And yet they are the highest selling cookies in the freaking planet, man. I think if you know how to market, you know how to get your brand out there, you're going to be successful even if your product's garbage. And that's sad to say. I wish that wasn't the case, man, but that's how the human psyche works. You see something, it's available, you buy it.
That's true. I definitely can agree with that. I've definitely tasted some products that I'm like, man, this is marketing looks very good. Like, wow, this is awesome, but it's so trash. But
yeah, man, and just to be mean to the competition, bro. I'm just playing around, bro. But man, you ever had night owl cookies before? It's okay to say no.
I don't know. I think it was Miami Baked.
Yeah, Miami Baked. Yeah, man, they're super famous, man. They're doing great right now.
You said Night Owl?
Night Owl cookies.
I don't think I have.
They're real similar to crumble cookie. Maybe some of y'all out there have had crumble cookies or even night owl cookies locally. They're these big, beautiful looking pieces of art. I mean, they're gorgeous cookies. They're very expensive, far more expensive than mine. And they look better than mine because they're literally, they're on top, there's icing and they have all these crazy flavors. But when you bite into it, it's a sugar overload. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people love that sugar overload. But almost everybody I talk to says, well, I bought a box and had like 2 bites and I couldn't eat anymore. So for me, I'm like, well, let me come and fill that gap. Let me make a cookie that is sweet, but is also savory. It makes you want to go back for that second bite because you could eat 2 cookies and still want a third because it's not too sweet. And yeah, that was kind of the goal, man. I wanted to have a product that was like less sweet. It was more savory. Okay. And Night Owl is a good example of that marketing thing too, bro. It's like they are so popular, but few people like their cookies. But if you go on social media, it's like they're everywhere. You know, you can't get away from them because they're so good at marketing. So yeah, man.
Okay. I agree. I honestly feel like, especially if you're just starting out, like if you're just starting out, I think both is equally the same when you're first starting out. Like your stuff has to be kind of good, and then your marketing has to be good as well. Because I can probably guarantee you when Oreo first started, their cookies was bomb. It was probably fire back in the day.
I don't even know what that is. I wonder if they were like fresh baked. That's
the thing. I honestly believe their cookies were good back in the day.
I mean, actually, I like Oreos because they're unique.
Yeah. No, they are. They are. It just, over time, once you grab the success, it's like, marketing is more important. It's beneficial than, the work is done. Now we just have to figure out the marketing every year and getting new audiences or whatever. So you can kind of slack on the skill because it already sold itself. The brand has already sold itself. But in order to sell a brand, people have to like it. Night Owl, I mean, I've never tasted them. I probably won't like it. I don't know. But they have what, one location?
Night Owl? No, they got a few locations.
They have a few
bro.
locations.
Yeah. And they sell online a lot, all country, nationwide. Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
And who knows? Maybe when they started out, their cookies were probably good at first. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you
shout out Andrew.
Shout
out Andrew from Night Owl Cookies, bro.
Yeah. But I think it's equally important to first starting out just to get you have a good reputation for your brand, and then you do what you do. But okay, cool. How important is customer service as a business?
In my line of business, okay. In every line of business, it's probably important, but in mine, it's ridiculously important because people are not just buying a cookie; they're buying an experience. And I'm not saying that as some marketing gimmick; like it's a freaking fact. I mean, when you're at an event, imagine if you're talking to some food truck owner and they ruin your night. You're out trying to have fun and they ruin your night with bad service. That is not what we're trying to do. And quite frankly, that happens too often. How many times you've been out in Miami Beach, downtown Miami, and you got to wait freaking half an hour to get served? That happens all the time. Or you go to get a haircut and you got to wait an hour and a half, 2 hours on someone to get a cut. It's like, dude, that's not a good experience. I'm trying to chill and relax, and now I got to chill and relax for 2 hours? Man, don't waste my time. So I think with that in mind, bro, customer service is everything. Being fun, being outgoing, making people feel welcome and at home. If you could do that, have some good old Southern hospitality, you're going to go a long way.
I totally agree 100%. And I'm saying that because for you new business owners out there, I'm serious. Like, you can run your customers away.
Heck yeah, you
can. Oh my gosh. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've bought things from small businesses. Oh no, thank you. Or, and whatever it is, what it is, but I won't buy from them. But you're running people away. Nobody wants, it's already hard enough as it is. You're going through life. You're working your 9 to 5. You're not getting paid enough. Your wife is probably nagging you, or your husband is probably nagging you at home. You're probably going through some financial issues. Whatever you're going through, you just want to go out and have a good time. And then you get attitude that reminds you of someone, and it's just a bad experience, like you said, overall. And it's like, I'm good. So I agree. Customer service, very, very important. I would mix that in with the marketing as well. Like, you gotta, in a certain line of business, especially in my line of business too, I do photo booths, and I gotta be on point because I'm dealing with a lot of people. So, yeah, man. And how important is networking?
It's also important. I think it's less important in certain industries. Obviously, you got to have connections to succeed, but let's put it this way, bro. If I just did sales and marketing and I barely talked to anybody, I would probably get a lot of sales anyways, just by knocking on office doors and going to every school in Miami, trying to get catering orders.
But isn't that called networking?
Or door-to-door sales.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
that's
say,
true. That's true.
In my opinion, networking is more like going out for a drink with somebody, or like going to an event and just hanging out, making friends.
Or joining a group.
Yeah, that's a big one too. They have like these BNI, these business networking events you could go to. There's nothing wrong with them. Yeah. I think social media has taken a lot of that away from the in-person marketing. If you're really active on social media and you're doing door-to-door sales and in whatever facet that works for your business, and yeah, man, that's gonna. Yeah, networking is important, but I think it's less important than it used to be. Okay.
Also, I probably think it probably depends on what you're doing as well. Like if you're in construction and you're trying to get contracts, it's kind of, you want to get in with the right people to get the right contracts.
Facts, yeah.
So I guess it depends. All right. What characteristics would one need to run a business? So for your business, a cookie business, what type of characteristics you feel you would probably have to have?
I'm sure there's a long list, but I think the one characteristic is don't give up. Because I think in any business, you're going to hit those walls where it's like impossible to overcome. But guess what? Some guy already did overcome it. Yeah. And then some guy after you is going to overcome it again. And they have a completely different personality than you do. But it doesn't mean you're not going to win. It just means that, you got to keep going. And if it doesn't work, get the right advice. Hey, go network. Make a friend that could help you get around the roadblock or get around the wall. Don't give up, man. This is going to be my third. This is my third business, the cookie business. The other two One was the food blogging thing, and before that was a marketing company. And the food blogging was a success, just not a financial success. I did really good in it, and I loved it, and I don't regret a second of it. The marketing business, that failed. That just didn't work out. But I would definitely say, man, like if you find something you like doing and you're good at it, okay, you like it, you're good at it, you could have success if you just get all the right secret sauce in there. So keep going until you get all the right secret sauce and make it work. Because there's nothing worse than having to go to a job you hate. So
that
make it work.
I was gonna say that. Like, honestly, you can be good at any damn thing if you really think about it. Like, pretty sure most of us are working 9 to 5s. You probably don't like your job, but you're good at it because you've been doing it for so many years. Just imagine when you put your mind into something that you really like, and then you really put the time and effort in, like you did your 9 to 5. You would want to put that time in. It's gonna be amazing.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be amazing. I remember coming up to you, that pop-up for the Wednesday, and I was blown away because the way you had the table set up, you had the cookies, the boxes was perfect. You had the TV screen with the menu there, and the lights. Everything was just wonderful. And I was just like, bro, this is awesome, bro. Like, if I was one of those kids or whatever drawing, I would definitely buy like probably a box just because I like the way it looked.
Bro, I wish I had a photo of it right now, man, but I got this pink flamingo blow-up costume.
Oh, what's his name?
Benito.
Benito.
Yeah, man, and Benito is a giant pink flamingo, and he is a blow-up costume we just put on, and he bops around, and it's a lot of fun, bro. It's a good time.
Man, good times, good times. So, people think it's easy to just, hey, start a business. Hey, let me just do this. Man, in your experience as of now, how difficult is it to run a business? Put it like this. What's the difference or contrast between a 9 to 5 and then what you do with your cookie business?
The difference is I really have a passion and a love for the cookie business, where insurance, although it pays the bills, I can't say that I'm as passionate about it. I have some passion to an extent because I could do it, I do it every single day. But it's not the same. It drains me versus the cookie business. I mean, I could literally just go and bake for hours, or I can go and work on content for hours, and time just flies by, bro. I get off work, get home, start working on the business, and before I know it, it's 10:30 at night. I'm like, oh man, I got to get ready for bed, so I have to be up early in the morning the next day. And when I'm at work, it's like I'm looking at the clock, like, oh man, another half an hour, another 2 hours to go, whatever it is. And at home, it's just flying by. So hard. Not really, man. I wouldn't say it's that hard if you love it. It's time consuming. It's exhausting. But like emotionally speaking and like mentally speaking, it's not that hard because you like what you do. And, there's a lot of business owners out there that are probably thinking like, oh man, but I'm just trying to make money. And sometimes you got to, if you're starting a business that you don't love, you're doing it for the money, man, it might be hard.
Yeah.
It might be really hard. You might make money though, but it might be really hard.
Or you might you're just in the wrong business.
Yeah, that too, man. Maybe you're just in the wrong business, man. Like this is my 3rd business, man. So sometimes you got to have a few good failures to figure it out.
For sure, man. And speaking of money, we're on to the money subject. Man, do you think money is valuable? It's vague. It's a general question.
In some sense, yes. I mean, it pays my bills. It takes care of my wife, bro. It puts a roof over our heads, pays for food for us to live, and medical bills, and all the life's missions, man. It takes care of those. But if you're like, hey, David, listen, you do this job, we'll set you up with $75K for the rest of your life a year. You can just barely pay your bills, but you'll be fine. And you'll be stress free. You'll be chilling. You're not gonna have to do shady things. You're not gonna have to put yourself in compromising positions just to make ends meet that month. That's an awesome freaking gig. And I don't think you should be like ashamed if you have like a job that, you're just making it by, and you're not that Gary V, you're not that multimillionaire out there killing it and slaying man, but you got a job that's paying the bills and taking care of the family. There is nothing wrong with that. I really don't think there's anything wrong with that, man, because sometimes you're trying to make that $300,000 a year, you got to do some shady stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You got to do some stuff to make that money, man. And I can't co-sign on that. I'm not going to sign off on that. If you're blessed and you figure out a way to make $300,000 a year, without doing that stuff, great, man. But if you got to do messed up things, I don't think it's that valuable, bro. Because we're all going to stand before God when we die, and we have to be accountable for what we did and what we said and who we were. So, man, yeah, money's valuable to pay the bills, but long term, it's not valuable. When you die, bro, you got nothing to take with you. Nothing.
Right. And that segue right into the next question.
I'm good at
this. Do you
this.
think time, you are, do you think time is more valuable than money? And you can connect anything with time as far as passions, what you're doing, whatever, all that is time anyway. Do you think that's more valuable than money or?
Heck yeah, do I think it's way more valuable.
I can see the faces right now. That dude's crazy. Time is more valuable than money. He crazy. Give me the money. No, but elaborate.
Man, I just had, this past week, man, I had 2 people I met. I just found out they died, bro.
Dang.
And they were way too young to die. One is it's a lady back in the days, bro, I was a maintenance guy for like 5 years of my life, bro. And, cleaning bathrooms and fixing drywall and fixing sprinklers, maintenance, it's maintenance work. And there's this sweetheart of a woman, bro. I think she passed away. She was probably, I don't know, in her mid-50s, maybe a little bit younger. And she's too young to die, bro. She was too young to go. And she worked her freaking butt off, bro. She worked for Chick-fil-A for like 20 years. And
Chick-fil-A was around that long?
Yeah, man, they've been around a long time.
I live under a rock. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Maybe it was like 15 years. I don't know, like that. But let's put it this way, bro. She never had a job where she was for sure never treated super well by people. But she was a super happy, nice, sweetheart of a person. And it was like always one of those, wasn't like super close to her, man. But it was like I saw her on Facebook all the time. I worked with her for many years. And I found out she passed away. She died. I'm like, man, I'm so glad she had such a beautiful personality. Because she was able to be happy even though she had a crappy position in life. And man, I wish she had more time. She didn't get paid much, but the time she spent here, bro, she really loved it. She really enjoyed it. At least it seemed that way from, face value. And so yeah, man, I think time's super, super, super important. I think it's way more valuable than money.
I 100%. I was thinking about this. That's why I wrote this question down, because I'm around some people outside of work or whatever, and all they talk about is money. Money. It's like money rules them. And I came to the assumption like, man, I don't think money is that valuable. I don't think money is valuable at all. I just think it's something that was designed to put in place, kind of like how you say red tape. It's like red tape to me. It's like you spend all of your time, your families get split.
Yeah.
Deaths. You could get injured. Now you're miserable over some money that it's like it destroys families. It destroys things in your life. But people steady chase it because they see other people on TV or whatever. Hey, I have money. I have the gold chains. The gold chains. He's smart though,
Right side.
I have the gold chains and I have the Lamborghinis and I have all of this, but they're miserable. They're living double lives and all of that. And honestly, I think time can make you money if you use it correctly.
It can, man. I think it absolutely can. Yeah.
If you put forth the work, the hard effort to your cookie business, the photo booth, the basketball, or whatever you're doing in life, if you enjoy it, you have a passion for it, use your time wisely. Because if you use that time wisely, man, the money's going to be chasing you. People are going to be wanting your services. People are going to want what you're doing because you put the time, the effort, and the skill into it to master your craft. Instead of using your time to just spend it on other people. Employers, I'm sorry to say this, but employers or jobs or whatever that don't give two craps about you, that'll pay you what you're not worth.
TikTok,
Instagram, all of that. Like, use your time wisely.
And I'm not saying I'm above that. I mean, I get caught in those Instagram human traps all the time, bro. Scrolling. Dude, the amount of hours I've spent scrolling is embarrassing, I think, man. But I think, the more we get out of that, the better off we are mentally, spiritually, emotionally, everything, bro. We're doing better without that stuff.
Especially when your business pop off, you don't have time to be on TikTok. You're gonna be so busy, bro. You'll be utilize your time better.
Yo, I found this, bro. Let me tell you, dude. I found out, man. It's like if you don't have anything to do, you're more likely to be scrolling on Instagram. You're more likely to be playing freaking GTA, Call of Duty, bro. You know, it's like if you got nothing to do, idle's hands are the devil's workshop.
What?
You know, and it's like you got to give yourself something to do.
Yeah.
And to start that thing, it's not easy. You know, it's like kind of like working out, bro. No one wants to start working out. I mean, everyone wants to start, but like actually starting's hard.
Yeah.
Don't know how. Painful.
And it's painful. Yeah.
Man, we know how to start working out, bro. We all know how to start working out. We're going on a walk, bro. We all know how to start. But like, it's like painful to do it. It's uncomfortable. You have to get past the uncomfort. And I think having a passion, finding something you're passionate about helps get past that first hurdle. And once you're past that first hurdle and you scheduled an event, well, now you got to go. And you don't have to, you're driving to the event. You can't be on freaking TikTok while you're driving. I mean, you can be, but don't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're busy, so you don't have time to waste your time. You're using it for other things. So, man, you got to find that thing that you're passionate about to help jumpstart it. And then once it's jump-started, I think it's a little easier to stay on the ball.
Yeah. And when you jumpstart it, like you said earlier in the interview, you're going to bump into some hurdles, man, some walls. It's like, dang, you want to give up, but don't give up, man. Like, it's just keep going. Find out what's making that hard. Like, find out how to solve that problem.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, bro. Now give up, man. TikTok's waiting for you. TikTok's waiting for you, bro.
Hey, or you can use that, you know. Hey, that's what most of people do anyway. I'm good. I'm content with my job. I'm good with my 14 an hour. I'm on TikTok. All right. And yeah. So, and when the AI comes, don't complain when it takes your job. What do you feel about this AI, about like the AI? Like, do you think the AI is going to take a lot of jobs within about 10 years?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I think it's take a lot of jobs. They say it's going to take the high paying jobs first, the tech jobs, the finance jobs, the insurance jobs. I don't know how 100% true that is. We'll find out as time progresses, but I'm an advocate for it, man. I think AI is an amazing tool. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, bro, this writing stuff's so repetitive, man. Doing these math questions is so stupid. Why can't it just be done instantly? Guess what? Now it can. Now it can be done instantly. It's funny. I'll be sitting at work, you know, doing some manual thing like copy pasting someone's name and address and date of birth over. I'm thinking, man, why do I have to? It's so dumb. Why can't it just happen automatically?
Yeah.
So I've stopped complaining about that because I'm just going to enjoy it while I still have to do it, because I'm pretty sure within 5 years, I'm not going to have to do any of that anymore.
Yeah.
The computer's going to take my job.
Facts. All right, man. Well, we made it. We made it. But before we go, I just want to wish you the best for the cookie business. I'm glad that you started it. You brought cookies into the office. I know I placed like 2 or 3 orders. I think two orders. I know another colleague ordered like 2 from you as well. So you got the support.
Yes, sir.
You went out there and, you know, you got some gigs. Oh, you have some events. Were you baked for like a hospital? So
a hospital, a school.
And doing pop-up events. And hey, man, you're off to a good start.
Yes, sir.
Because of your reputation with the plastic spoon, you know people in Miami. Man, just keep reaching out to them. I think you're going to do very good. And I think you're going to be places. And like I said, you'll see me in the back like, yo, you remember me, bro?
Bro, thank you for the support, man. We're out here at the podcast, bro. Thank you.
I just want a handshake, bro. I know him. Yeah. And yeah, man, you're going to do good, bro. Proud of you, man, for sure.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Peace.
Marc Van Media. Oh, no. Show the chain one more time.
Dude, I got 2 chains, bro.